The one constant in the universe is change. The wise adapt. Hello everyone, this is your host Legend, and welcome back to my channel. If you spend any time in one of Tacticus's many community hubs, you're bound to run into one defining question. Which character should I focus on building up, or some variation of this question, often accompanied by a photo of their active roster. I've wanted to start a dedicated series talking about game mechanics for a bit now, and figured this would be a good starting point. I'll be first going over the rank and rarity systems, since it ties directly into the question, but I have added a timestamp if you want to skip ahead. Without further ado, let's talk unit progression. Unit progression is broken into two parts, with the quickest one you will run into being the rank system. Rank is broken into 7 tiers, with each tier having 3 levels to them. These 7 ranks are stone, iron, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and adamantine, with each rank tier having a level 1, 2, and 3. Each character starts at stone 1, and no character cannot reach adamantine. To ascend each level, 6 upgrades must be applied, with their complexity increasing as the character climbs each level and rank tier. Some upgrades can only be applied when your character has reached the correct XP level. Some upgrades need to be crafted with multiple components. Once you have reached level 3 and applied all upgrades, the character can be ascended to the next rank tier. Each individual upgrade improves specific stats, and when leveling up a character's rank level and/or tier, it'll give a boost to every single stat. The highest rank a character can achieve is Adamantine 3, but that is currently limited to Adamantine 1 until the rest of the mythic update is added. Characters are also limited by their current rarity. For example, the highest rank an epic rarity character can achieve is Gold 1. Rarity is the other major part of character progression. Unlike rank, rarity levels ascend via character shards, and rarity tiers ascend with a combination of character shards and ascension orbs of the correct rarity and faction. The amount of shards required changes on the rarity level and tier. For a character starting at common rarity, it takes 1400 additional character shards, plus an assortment of 85 orbs to get them to legendary blue winged star. For a character starting at legendary, it takes only 800 additional shards and 45 legendary orbs. When you ascend a character to their next rarity level, they get a 10% boost to all stats, and when you ascend them to the next rarity tier, they get a boost to their abilities and their XP cap. Now we can circle back around to the main question. So what characters should you focus on? Well, that depends on where you are along in your Tacticus journey. Starting with early game players, it is easy to get lost looking at the character tab and seeing that there are over 100 units you can unlock. When you go onto any community, you are guaranteed to be told to focus on your campaign characters, and for good reason. Conquering the campaigns will give you resources in the nodes needed to level up characters, gain XP, and requisition scrolls to unlock new characters. But what is a campaign character? Well, there are multiple types. You have essential characters, which are the 3 characters that are required to unlock and beat any given battle for the first time. You have your carry, which is typically the best of the essential 3, and flex. These are other characters you can bring into battle. With this, we are given a good look at how we should generally spend our resources on these characters. We start with the carry, since they are the best option for blowing through the campaign, then the other essentials, and finally any powerful flex characters we happen to own. It is important to build up these characters first, since campaigns and all their nodes build the foundation of effectively leveling up characters in the later stages of the game. I could just leave that here, but I want to point out that even in the early game, it is a good idea to have a project character. Project characters are simply units that you enjoy and would love to have leveled alongside the rest of your characters. They don't have to be anything meta-defining or critical to the campaigns in any way, shape, or form, as long as they are someone you enjoy. When it comes to middle game players, goals are still rather the same, just with some additional wiggle room to explore other parts of the game. At this point in the game, players have some campaigns fully cleared and are working on elite nodes, have likely unlocked around a third to half of the game's roster, and are starting to explore other game modes, such as guild raids. Although priority still remains on campaign characters, at this point it is safe to start exploring options for guild raid meta teams, strong legendary release event picks, and beyond. It is still unwise to try to quote-unquote max out a character to Diamond 3 and beyond, even if it is theoretically possible for you to do. If you wish to max out a character at any point in the game, it should be done with respect to the current stage you are at. Generally, early game players max out around Bronze 1, and on the later ends of the early game, Silver 1. For a middle game player, this point is Gold 1 and Diamond 1 on the later end. And obviously for any late game player, that's just Diamond 3 and above. It is at this point you should also have a good idea of the aspects of Tacticus you enjoy, and could do a whole project competition to try, such as an all-summoner team, the Alpha Strike team, or something completely unique like a max speed Malleus build. Finding new and interesting ways to enjoy the game is always good for your mind and will help to reduce feelings of burnout, especially with how close you'll be to entering the late game and the sense of fulfillment that can bring. Finally, we have late game players who have most, if not all, campaign and elite nodes complete. When you reach this point in the game, the highest priorities will typically become legendary release event essential characters, a chosen guild raid team, and or building a roster as wide as possible. Realistically, you just have so many options open to you, and you can mix and match to what you like. I really don't have much to say on late game players, since this then becomes questions like who is critical to my LREs, guild raids, etc., and is a topic for another day. If I had to summarize this part into a short little bit, I would say to not forget to set small term and realistically achievable goals, no matter where you are in the game. Doing this helps you to not only be more engaged with the game, but also will reduce the odds of feeling burned out and that you're going nowhere. When these things are all put together, we start to get a good blueprint for how our time can be spent and a clear path to enjoying Tacticus as a whole. Understanding the basic fundamentals of the game goes a long way, and I hope I have helped to enlighten some things for you. As of now, my thoughts for the next video is to go into a deep dive on the campaigns. Until then, thanks for watching. This is your host Legend, signing off.